Okay, let's go on with the tutorial then, I guess. Where's the mouse?
In this training module, you'll be learning about the live 2D map and how it can help you understand where you are, where your objective is, and how you can change the path of the train to get to the right place.
Okay.
Under normal circumstances, the driver has little, if anything, to do with where a train is going. It's all handled centrally by a signaling center or dispatcher. Within yards and depots, however, you will find that these are often managed by the crew of the train directly. That means you. You can tell whether a junction is manual or automatic by looking at it. If it has no big lever, then it's automatic and you can't influence it. If it does, then interacting with that lever will change the junction. For this module, you'll take this class 323 from the siding here next to the main loops and set all the junctions yourself to direct the train to the switch lines, and then change ends and repeat the process to bring the train into the depot. Your destination has been set over in the switch lines on the far west of the training center. Use the map to follow the path from the train to the destination and change all the junctions you need to get there.
Wow.
If you make a mistake and go the wrong way, you can go back and try to correct it. If you're not ready for that, just restart the module and try again.
Okay, you can also press Alt and W together to shift position. Master keys. Oh. Okay, I actually never. Oh yeah. Headlights off. Tail lights on. Turn that to like this. That's fine. Still don't know how to do this, but let's get closer, I suppose. Oh shit. Where am I going? It's 9. Is this one? Going. Oh. Turn on safety to receive additional points. I don't know which button it is, I don't care. Do we change it when you get there? Do we change it now? I'm still confused on that. Keep pressing M for map. No, this one goes straight. Yep, okay. Still don't know how to turn on that, but it's one of these fucking buttons, that's for sure. Okay. Do I know if this is turning or not? Yes, it is turning. Okay, my bad. Is it turning now? Yes or no? Fuck's sakes. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that's a full stop.
You've made it to the first destination. Go ahead and change ends in the train and you can try one more time for practice.
No, turn it off. Thank you. Actually, this has to be off. Let me think. I actually didn't do anything yet, so it's fine. Let's not talk about it. There you go. And I don't actually do any switches, so it's basically a straight path. Towards place again. Turn this off.
Once again, use the map
think it
to
is
adjust the junctions between
Yeah,
your
it's
train and the destination. Where the
Okay.
black lines on the 2D map aren't aligned with the blue path, change the junction. When you're ready, get moving.
Can I? Okay. That's fine. Nice, switch. Okay, so this goes up now. Yep. Okay, we need to get to this one. So, this is fine, that's fine, it's fine. Going upwards. Oops. Okay, let's go. It should be fine all the way, so. I'm still getting AP points. I still don't know how to use it though. Okay, so this one should be going left. Yeah. Then radio. I kind of forgot something. Let me just. Oh, okay. Okay, there we
That
go.
concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I actually want to finish the tutorial. Continue. Chapter 1 Diesel Introduction. Okay, Diesel Introduction, let's go.
In this training module, you're going to learn to drive a diesel-electric locomotive and how the controls differ from a multiple unit.
Oh dearie.
This is a BR Class
Oh,
66
dear.
diesel-electric locomotive typically used for freight operations in the United Kingdom.
Oh wow.
In some trains, it is first necessary to insert the reverser handle. We need to do that on this one.
Okay. I cannot do it. What do you mean? Ah, it was below.
We want to move the train forwards, so move the reverser in that direction.
Okay, so instead of
The train
left
brake on the
side,
Class
it's just on the right
66
side.
uses a sprung lever. Holding it one way will gradually release the brakes until you release the lever. Holding it the other will gradually apply the brakes. You need to keep an eye on the two brake gauges in front of you. The larger one in the middle is the brake pipe. The outside needle shows the target pressure and the inside needle shows the actual pressure. When you apply or release the brakes, the outer needle moves and the onboard control systems will begin to adjust the brakes to match your setting. You can make a change to the brakes and focus on the road ahead while the system works to match the pressure you've set. The second gauge of note is the brake cylinder gauge, which is the second from the left. This tells you exactly what is happening with the brakes on the two sets of wheels on the locomotive. If the needles are raised to a V shape, that means they are fully applied. When the needles are both pointing directly down, the brakes on the locomotive will be fully released. You can learn more about braking systems elsewhere in the training center. But for now, you just need to remember that you are directly controlling the outer needle on the brake pipe gauge and that the end result is shown on the brake cylinder gauge. Keep the brake control in release until you can see the brake pipe control needle is reading 5 bar, pointing upwards. This will release the brakes fully.
Okay. Right.
Watch the brake cylinder gauge to see it gradually reduce to 0.0. Needles pointing downwards, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released on the locomotive and you can move the
It's
train.
on 4, not 5. Okay, my bad.
It's important to note that the brake cylinder gauge is only telling you what's happening on your locomotive. If you have wagons attached, they can take a little longer to release, so if the train doesn't move immediately, don't worry.
Keep moving it too fast.
Apply some throttle to get the train moving. As you apply power, notice the ammeter rising, the gauge on the right-hand side with the colored sections. This is the amount of power being fed into the traction motors. Try to keep it in the green section, only briefly in the yellow, and avoid the red section to avoid damaging your traction motors.
Yeah, we don't go that fast anyway, so... Oh, they want us to go faster?
Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground and the train will only slow down very gradually. That's far enough. Bring this train to a complete stop by holding the brake control in the apply state until you see the brake pipe control needle in the center of your cab desk showing about 4 bar. The amount of braking you'll need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill and how heavy your train is. Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling it, particularly stopping it in the right place. You'll get better at this with practice. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Okay, changing ends locomotives.
In this training module, you'll be learning about changing ends with a locomotive. Many types of locomotives have 2 cabs in order to make them as versatile as possible. While the cabs are often virtually identical, they are often referred to as either the A and B ends, number 1 or 2 end, or simply their front and back. Usually the designation of the cab is written somewhere in the cab. In the case of the Class 66, it's above the window on the right-hand side. In this case, you can see you're in the number 1 cab. All the junctions will be set for you in this module. You'll just be focusing on the locomotive. First, get the train moving forwards and drive over to the indicated stop marker and come to a stop in the platform somewhere. Okay. This is really different from the other one. Not gonna lie. Although huh. Interesting. Has it? Oh, okay. Oh, actually, get it. I think this is the safe. No, it's not the safety one. Oh. Oh shit. Didn't notice.
is the...
Okay, let's change ends. The basic process is always the same. Shut down the cab you're in and set up a new cab. Each cab has slightly different requirements to shut it down and set it up, however. Start by setting the reverser back to neutral.
It is. Yeah. Oh wait, no, the other one is...
Now remove the reverser.
Did you just say the moon?
Removing the reverser has automatically applied the brakes on the locomotive, so you don't need to worry about what happens when you change ends or what position to leave the train brake in. On this locomotive and on some others, you also need to make sure to put the locomotive brake in the release position when you're ready to switch cabs. If you don't, the controls in the other cab won't be able to release the brake. Before you move to the other cab, set the tail lights on and turn the headlights off. If you've used cab light or desk lights, turn those off. Head to the other cab. You'll need to leave the train and get back on board at the other end. While some trains allow you to walk from cab to cab internally, it's often hot and uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Notice that this end shows that you're in camp number 2 with the writing above the right-hand window. Get the cab set up as per normal and then pull forward to the marker in the other.
A little bit more. Okay, never mind. Why does it sound like the brakes are on the other side? It's on hold. Hold. That's the one. Let's try this again. Really does sound like it's on. I keep hearing it. And it's not the brakes yet. Okay, yeah. this again. Okay, now it's actually working. Well, still not fully working. Okay, I think I know where the problem was. Or not. Wait. Okay.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
That was confusing. Okay. Coupling and uncoupling.
In this trading module, you'll move some mineral wagons to a new location and learn how to couple and uncouple the wagons to your locomotive.
Okay, so basically connect and disconnect.
All junctions are going to be changed automatically for you in this tutorial, so you can focus on driving.
Okay.
The mineral wagons are located ahead of us. Start by pulling gently forwards until you touch the wagons and stop. This will take some practice as it requires a lot more fine control. You'll find the locomotive brake is easier and more responsive. Take your time. If you hit the wagons too hard, they might come off the track, so try to be gentle and aim for 2 miles per hour or under as you touch them. You may also prefer the external camera to give more visibility, particularly as you get close to the wagons.
I don't get it. What am I missing? how do we restore this exactly?
In this trading module, you'll move some mineral wagons to a new location and learn how to couple and uncouple the wagons to your locomotive. All junctions are going to be changed automatically for you in this tutorial, so you can focus on driving. The mineral wagons are located ahead of us. Start by putting gently forwards until you touch the wagons and stop. This will take some practice as it requires a lot more fine control. You'll find the locomotive brake is easier and more responsive. Take your time. If you hit the wagons too hard, they might come off the track, so try to be gentle and aim for 2 miles per hour or under as you touch them. You may also prefer the external camera to give more visibility, particularly as you get close to the wagons.
Okay.
The next step is to couple up. You can either do this by using the external camera or by getting out and doing it by hand. In this tutorial, you'll learn both techniques so you can decide which one you prefer. There are many types of couplers on the railways. In this case, you've got conventional UK chain couplings, which simply need you to put the loop over the hook on the other vehicle. In the sim, you can do this by simply interacting with the coupler when you see the appropriate prompt. Apply the emergency brake with the emergency brake plunger. This will empty all air out of the brake pipe and prevent the brake pipe from overcharging as you couple to the wagons.
Okay, where do I do that?
You'll do this one by getting out of the train. Leave the cab and walk over to the coupling. Interact with the coupling to couple the vehicles together. Now head back to the cab. Unset the emergency brake plunger to restore the brakes. Then you'll need to shut this cab down and change ends. Follow the instructions here or check out the training module that covers changing cabs in more detail. Set up the train while you wait for the yard manager to give you the all clear to reverse into the siding once they've changed the junctions required. Junction set, you're clear to go. Now pull the train forward and notice how the brake pipe responds more slowly as you release the brakes. You'll feel your train taking more time to respond. It will also feel sluggish as it has extra weight behind it. Take this into consideration as you drive, noting that it now takes longer to speed up and, more importantly, longer to slow down.
Oh. Interesting view actually. Not too bad. Oh shit. Might have sped a bit too much there. I never thought about it. Okay.
Looks like you're good to go. Drive the train back into the siding now. This does get confusing, but it's not that difficult actually. Let's make a full stop. Apply the emergency brake with the emergency brake plunger again. This time, use the external camera for the uncoupling operation. Switch to the external camera now. Fly the camera over to the coupling we want to uncouple. In this case, the one between your locomotive and the first wagon. Once you get close enough, interact with it as normal and it will uncouple. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Not bad, not bad. But okay. After that, I think I'm just gonna call it for now. Really strange way to do this one, the train that we used now. But I don't know, it's kind of easier than the other one, but also but yeah.